Hi guys, we are Norfolk Renewable Installations and today we're in a lovely village in Norfolk called Hingham. On this particular property today we're going to be installing 17 PV modules. We've got 3 roof elevations. We're also going to be installing a 6 kilowatt hybrid inverter. 4 of the panels on the garage elevation are going to be optimised. I'll talk to you about why we're going to be doing that later on. Today is very, very cold. So we've tried to wrap up best we can. Comes with a few little hazards like the scaffold's slippery, the roof's slippery, so we just need to be very careful on what we're doing. The van was completely frozen. Jay struggled to start his car and get in his car this morning as well. We were a little bit hesitant this morning, but it's just part of the, part of the job, part of the nature of it. Yeah, we'll put them anywhere on the grass, mate. It'll be fine. Yeah. I assume you've got inverter and everything as well. Just that one, is it?
Yeah, I think that's just panels.
Okay.
So it might be coming on a different courier.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had panels turn up, but nothing else. Is there a separate courier that's going to be delivering the batteries and the inverter and everything? Do you know, it's typical. The first day we record, I've never had this problem. Ever had this problem. Right. So I found on this particular house, where we were designing the system, we could fit safely 17 PV modules. We've got 4 on the garage elevation. To the left-hand side, we've got 6 in 2 rows of 3. And on the right-hand side, we've got 1 row of 4 and 1 row of 3 underneath. Now, the reason we've optimised the garage ones is because they're going to be on the same string circuit as the left-hand array on the main roof, meaning they won't minimise the performance of the left-hand side of the roof. This particular property is south-facing, so it's perfect, especially on days like today. It's nice and cool, but it's very sunny as well, clear sky, so it would be a very good day for the panels. So one of the other challenges we come across today, first thing we went straight up into the loft. Now we were supposed to have a risen floor put in for us to mount the batteries and the inverter and everything on the gable end. The floor wasn't done for some reasons, but it doesn't matter because we've also found there is actually a purpose-built plant room, because this property's also got air source heat pump as well, which is the solar is going to work perfectly alongside that. So on this job we're using the ESDEC ClickFit Evo hook. Now these are a universal hook for concrete pan tiles like we're using here. Now they have got the option of unscrewing, flipping this round so we can suit it to the rafter. We can actually hook these over the tile batten and over the top of the tile. They clamp down, screw tight with a torque screw, secured in place. It's then got a fast fix rail system that just clicks on. So at the minute we've got Jay just putting the hooks in. I'm going to start grinding out the tile. What we're going to do is we're going to notch the tile out. So we've just notched out a little bit. You've got a nice gap there, keeping the weather resistance of the tiles as well. So yeah, that's it. So normally we were saying about the hooks going over the batten. Now this batten is quite thin, so we might have to turn these round now and actually be governed by the rafters typically, after I said that they're easier to put in. We have also got some rubber pads as well that we can put under the hooks to almost pack them out, so they then are a bit tighter. Our little rubbers that I was saying to you about earlier. So these will go under the hook. So actually got a spare hook here now. So basically they will sit just under here, and that'll just raise them off the tiles a little bit. These now getting the spacers put under the hooks, which means they can clamp nice and tight and not move underneath them. On this roof we're going to have 4 panels on the top and 3 underneath. On the opposite roof, which we'll go around later on, we're going to have 3 and 3. The sun's now starting to come round, so at the middle of the day the sun should be bang in the middle of the property. This array will start producing very early on in the day, so that's one of the good points of having a south facing roof, is pretty much 90% of the day or 80% of the day the sun is going to be covering some part of the array. So our delivery driver has just turned up with a box of stuff which we were waiting for. Really happy because they've delivered more than we thought they were going to. We were expecting a few more deliveries. Been a few little logistical errors, but it's not a problem. We get on with it. With the SDEC system, we've got a universal PV module clamp. Now, they are used as your end clamp and your mid clamps as well, all black, so you don't see any silver. They're going to be going on. We've got our joiners for our rail. The rail is just sitting over to my side with some trunking. We've got AC isolator for the main system. Generation meter. Now, MCS, who are accredited with, require us to put a PV generation meter in, which shows you how much the PV system is generating. Some Copex. Now, what we're going to do with the Copex is we're going to run our DC cables inside the trunking, but we're going to enclose them in Copex to keep them segregated from the AC cabling. We've got our sticker pack. Now we're required to put the PV stickers on any cabling, any DC cabling, on the isolators, any metering, just to show and warn people that there is PV on the roof. So over here we've got our SDEC rails. And these are just like a click, like a quick fit, and they click onto the mounting bracket.